Well, ladies and gentlemen, hello and hi all. Thank you for joining me for another episode of SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, where we are moving on to the very last level in the game. Yep, that's right. We're going to Flying Dutchman's Graveyard. After this, there will be no more levels, just the end of the game. But just a heads up, we will not be doing that today. That will be Friday. The Haunted Mess. Ooh, Graveyard Lake. I gotta admit, as a kid, I was really conflicted on this area. Ooh.
Who dares disturb the Flying Dutchman?
It's me.
And the first time we're seeing him in the game.
I don't need any cookies.
But I'm not a Shell Scout.
Look, kid, I'm too disturbed to scare the bejesus out of you right now. Come back later.
What's the matter?
It's these darn robots. They've thrown me off my own ship.
Not the
man.
robots.
Being thrown off your own ship is like having your pants pulled down in front of casual acquaintances. It's a sad, sad thing. Now those robots have got their own pirate ship, and they're blasting away at each other.
Is there anything
Oh,
I
no.
can do to make you feel better?
Well, now that you mention it, get up to my ship and use the cannons
Wow.
to single-handedly defeat the robot ship. Any questions?
Is that adorable hat available in a size 3?
But if you do this, a golden spatula be your booty.
Oh, I like booty. Anyways, yeah. Who would have thought that we would be doing him a favor? There's the oil guy. Whoa. That fish just died. We just witnessed a fish meet its end. It fell into the green, slimy, mysterious goo. Oh no. Rip, rip, rip. Yeah. It is kind of weird, like, it's in a cartoony, comical, funny way. It's like, oh, like, this is kind of a neat area. Because, you know, it's a Flying Dutchman's graveyard. So, in a way, it can be kind of cool, you know? It's an area that you don't see touched on quite as much. You know, it probably took some creativity. And I've been split on it because on one hand, it's probably one of the most difficult, maybe the most difficult area in the game. But it's not like hard. It's more so just difficult due to like slight annoyances. But I mean, a little difficulty at the end of a game is to be expected. But that aside, like, it is kind of unique. Like, it's got some decent puzzles. It makes you really test your platforming. And like I said, it's an original area. It's not just the same old, like, Jellyfish Fields, Goo Lagoon, you know, Rock Bottom, you know, things that, like, are from the TV show and have been fleshed out pretty well. Yeah, unfortunately, we do have to pay for that. So, there are a couple different things. I will say, there's only 3 socks in this whole, 3 socks in the entire level. So, not a lot of socks to be getting, because we only have, you know, 10 more that we have to give him, and I think we already have 4. So, oh, I did forget. As a kid, this always confused the heck out of me, because I'm like, how are you supposed to, like, I don't get it, like, there's no, you know, and I thought I was wasting my money. I thought my game was broken, and I just gave up. And, you know, and so that's why as a kid, a couple times, I never 100%ed the game. I found out that there is, where is it at? You're supposed to cruise bubble this lid up here. Okay, we're a little too far away. You're supposed to cruise bubble the lid, which doesn't make any sense how someone would know that unless it's like, okay, you know, there's ooze on the ground. Maybe you have to get the ooze to go away, and the ooze is coming out of there, so you have to hit it. But even then, there's no sort of, like, indication that that is something that can be interacted with. So, yeah. And the music, at least, is unique a little bit. There is a sock over there that we will have to come back for. Honestly, it might be something we come back for even towards the end of the level. Just because you have to come back as Sandy. and then we hit that. That closes up. So then the goo moves down a little bit, and hey, there's a spatula. So now we're gonna go back and we're gonna get that one. Hope everyone's been doing all right. Hope everyone's having a swell day, morning so far, for me at least. Okay, so now we can do the sponge ball. Try not to go too fast where you hit that. Go down here. The path doesn't really matter. I find the straightaway, I guess, is a little bit easier. Pretty low key. You'll start to have robots that will spawn there, but even still, look how I did it. You can get over here. 10 seconds left. So don't worry. I was gonna say don't worry because it's not gonna close on you, so don't have to worry about that. The only thing is you do have to take the hike back all the way over there. You can bowl into this guy, so if you want to like really stop the robots, if that's something you're worried about, you can bowl into them. If the robots are really giving you trouble, I'll be honest, half the time, honestly, they give you more trouble if you try to walk the path first. Like if you mess up and you come back and they've already spawned in, but if it's your first try, you can usually just bowl right or roll right past them. They don't really give me any trouble ever. Oh yeah, and I didn't even make the joke earlier when I was climbing up those things, but hope you like wall jumping. Be prepared to wall jump and hope you're good at it. Because there's some wall jumping in this level that can get a little annoying. Climb over here and jump way over here. And ta-da, there's another spatula. How would you ever know that's there? I don't know. How would you find it? I don't know. Like I said, this level jumps up a little bit in difficulty. Not always in the platforming. I mean, we'll see that later. But also just because there's a few... and don't worry, they do give you that to jump back to. But more so just in the like, oh, you have to really wander around and find things that might not be, you know, immediately clear. That one has to stay. This one is over here. I believe this one goes this way. Sometimes you have to wall jump with things that are a little farther away. Sometimes you have to wall jump with things that might move. Climb up here. Yeah, I don't even know if you can get that immediately, but I really don't ever worry about that. Whoa. Of course, we got Chuck here. And another oil guy that misses really terribly. Oh. Ow. Got him. Got him again. We get some purples for our trouble. Boom. Blow up. Boom. So... yeah, pretty easy. If I remember correctly, there is a sock in each of the areas of this game, and being that there's 3 socks, that makes it pretty easy. Hit this guy, hit him again. There's a lot of these puzzles that's like, oh, push these things out of the way, because you want to push this that way, and then push that over there. But now these are you know, in the way of each other, so you got to push this one back. So, you know, if the more you know. I jump up here, hit this button, and ta-da, this falls over. Yay. And you can also go over here and, you know, do that. It doesn't really matter a ton, because, I mean, at that point you're leaving anyways. And then you get a tiny little slide section for like 5 seconds, not even that. Then you can get a box, and that'll take you back to the beginning area. And here is a spatula. We already have 3 of them so far. A quick 3 spatulas in this first area. All right, and just like that, we're already on, not even 10 minutes in. We are headed to the next area, Graveyard of Ships. Honestly, I'll say that one of these areas is actually kind of cool that I really like. One of the later ones that we're gonna do. This one's probably my least favorite. This is the hard one.
Yes, hilarious. Don't you have a platinum whisk to get?
A platinum whisk. That's funny.
Whatever. There's one up there.
Way up there. All right, let's make sure we open this up, and then take care of these guys. We don't want them giving us any trouble. These things. be prepared to get familiar with those things. We'll see those later. You know, no spoilers. These platforms, these. You can change into Sandy, but you obviously have to be SpongeBob for this, so don't know why you would want that. Like I said, lots of wall jumping, but that's not even the worst of it. Trust me, that is easy compared to what we're gonna see. And watch, it's gonna be like the rolling ball challenge where I'm gonna complain about it and then I'm gonna do it first try. Or like the, see right here is where we want to be Sandy. Or it'll be like the cave crystals, the crystals from the Mermalair, or not the Mermalair, it was the Kelp Forest. The Kelp Caves, that's what I'm thinking of. The Kelp Cave crystals. And it'll be like, oh my gosh, I'll be complaining about it. You know, this is the absolute worst. And then I'll do it first try with no troubles. There's also, where am I? Oh yeah, it's over here. So we are about to come up on one of the socks here. I believe it's right here. Yeah, you gotta jump down here. Oh, then we get smacked. That wasn't part of the plan, but oh well. Get over here. Hit them, take Chuck out. Now we only have 2 socks left. And 5 overall. Dun, dun, dun. 5 overall, right? Yeah, 5. Alright, pair of underwear. Take those guys out. Kick him. I will say the kick is very satisfying. It's one of the more satisfying moves because it just feels like you get a good square kick in the face to him. Alright, right here. We were only Sandy for a short amount of time. We're coming back as SpongeBob. And yes, this thing moves. So get ready for that. Hurry, 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 hurry. Oh, just like that. That thing will push you off if you don't do it right. Alright, and more wall jumping, except this time it's spread out over here. And luckily, there is a little area to catch you if you fall. Later on, we don't have that. That's like a little practice area. If you're really bad at it, practice it, get it down, because there's not a net up here to catch you. You actually fall. And right here, it's like, okay, well, there's a board on one side and wood on the side. This is not too bad. This, as long as you do it and you don't fall, you don't want to go too high. Okay, I say that. It's like if I complain, then I do it first try, and if I say, well, it's really not that bad, then I end up dying. So really, that's my only safe like guard is just to complain about it. So I'm sorry if you don't like the complaining and you're like, oh, Flying Dutchman's Graveyard isn't that bad. Anytime there's something you don't like in a game, you just complain about it so hard. Well, duh, I have to complain. That way I will make it look easy. If I say it's not that bad, then it proves me wrong. Alright, take him out. And then go on here. Make that guy angry. We don't have enough for the bungee hook, which I believe is, if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember if this is another sock or spatula. Let me see if I can see it down there. It's a spatula. Okay. Well, we will have to come back for that. And here, just good luck, because good frickin' luck. I hate this. These move. They move. You have to keep in time with them, and they don't really move at a constant rate. And and I hate this little lip because sometimes I get stuck on it. I could have just jumped and kept going with it, because they'll go past you, they'll go all the way to the end, and then they come back. And if you get too far ahead of them, then you know that's bad. There we go. I think we made it. Let's get a checkpoint here. And that's not even the worst of it. You think, oh man, that's tough. You gotta move in time with it. Like, oof. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. You have to literally time all of your jumps in a row. And again, I'm gonna watch me complain and get it the first try. There's like a pattern. You kind of have to, okay. Okay, well, it wasn't first try. I'll show you what it's like And then I think I might be too low. I don't know. Oh. Oh. Oh, okay. Second try. Now just please don't die. Please don't die or get knocked off. The fact that I told you, I'm going to complain about it. I mean, it's kind of first try if you consider that, you know, the first try, I didn't even make it up to the first one. So, still, second try is pretty good. I told you, that's just how it has to be. I have to complain about it so that I can make it look effortless. If I don't complain, it looks too easy. Now we're headed to Dutchman's ship. Also, I realize I'm maybe peaking the mic a little bit. Hopefully that's a little bit better, not quite as loud. If you hit this button, it just takes you back to the shipyard or whatever that last place was. Oh.
I already did that joke with Squidward, Mr.
Oh, the shiny objects are spazzing out.
It's a good one though, eh?
And we missed the joke because of the A button.
What you need to do. Destroy all the power generators on the robot ship.
This is the area that is kind of fun a little bit because at least you're climbing around pirate ships.
You'll be able to shoot the Dutchman's cannons to destroy the robot ship.
Cannon do, Mr. Krabs.
Alright, so now that we're climbing up here. Also, I apologize if I sound a little nasally. I don't know what it is. I'm not sick. I just, for whatever reason, today woke up and I've had some sinus stuff in my nose. And then my throat's been a little itchy. And I don't know what's going on because I felt absolutely fine yesterday. And normally when I have like bad sinuses, I feel it. Like it gives me a headache or like my, you know, just my congestion is really bad. This is really minor. Like it's just more of an annoyance. But here, like you said, you want to turn on all the cannons. But we also have to take out these little generators. So just try to jump past him. Destroy that one. Destroy this one up here. They look like different versions of those laundry fancy washing machines that Sandy was talking about on the ship. Is that all of them? I think there's one more up top. Here you can change into Sandy because, like I said, I believe there's one more up top. And these guys are going to keep teleporting, or these guys are going to keep appearing because there's a Duplicatotron up there. Up here, okay, I see. So there's the last one, as we see in a Duplicatotron. Can't do anything up here because we can't be Sandy. And you might be confused. You're like, okay, well, how would you even get up there anyways? Because, you know, Sandy can't bubble ball. If you come back here, is a pair of underwear and a blue shiny object. Nothing crazy, but, you know, it helps. There is also a sock up here, I think. Forgot where it's at. It's like up there, maybe. Up top or up on the side. I know there's one here somewhere. Let's see. I don't really remember how it wants you to get up there, but I usually find that you can kind of cheese it a little bit. If you jump here, that'll happen. Oh gosh, the camera. And then from there, you can hover over here, climb. All robot cannons are destroyed, which really were they look like generators. They weren't really so much cannons. But from there, what we can do, let me make sure, always look behind because some of these have things behind them. Grab the underwear. From here, we are going to swing. And we can see a little platform off to the side here. And nothing up there yet. We can't do anything here because we're not SpongeBob, but that's what we're here to do this for. So I would just not teleport. Change into SpongeBob, do that. We can see another button over there. Sandy can platform better, so we want to do that. Let's go ahead and go over here. Now we already have 3 out of the 4, so we only need 1 more. Then we're going to climb up here with Sandy. Be careful, because some of them, the depth perception, you might not be as close or as far as you think. All cannons are ready to fire, but do not hit that. Don't hit that button. You can go collect the spatula, but don't hit the button until you're ready to leave the area. Trust me. Come over here. Do this. Take this guy out. Oh gosh. Take this guy out. He's gonna cause you trouble. We want to try to get up there. There's a spatula up on top. And now I'm suddenly forgetting where the other sock is up here. Oh, it's up just above there. Okay, let's... I forgot how you get up there. I think it's... There's a... If I'm not mistaken, I think there's supposed to be a springboard over here that you jump on. Yeah, there it is. Okay. I don't know what makes it magically appear. You have to come back. I'd hit all the buttons, do all that stuff that I did, and then come back. We have 87. Then there's a purple up there that we didn't get to hit. Then I'll climb over there and get that purple, and then I will hover back and get this other sock. Okay, got this. Then that's pretty much all we have to do. There we go, got that one. And now, let me see if I can. All right, there we go. There we go. There we go. Also, this area, like, I feel like we're cruising through this. Like, this is incredibly short. Like, we're already almost to the end of the area once we press this button. That's actually literally insane. Because I've been recording for like 22 minutes now. So I guess I'm gonna move on and do this last section, and then we're gonna go back and get that sock at the end. Or I guess really the beginning one that we missed. Just because you have to go into the second area we were in and become Sandy, and then travel all the way back. Kind of like how we had to travel as Patrick in Jellyfish Fields all the way back. That you did. If this goes quick and we have some extra time, I might actually do part of what I wanted to do. I might want to combine part of what I wanted to do at the beginning of next episode and just put it at the end of here. He's a pirate ghost. Deals don't mean anything. 1873. Creamy hand-churned butter. Whoa, Sandy, whoa. Sandy, I don't know if you can say that. It's 2025 now. Sea weasel. You're on. Well, now we're Sandy. You can change into SpongeBob, but you're never gonna make this jump. This is definitely intended to be a Sandy fight, which is interesting because the other two fights, you are SpongeBob. The other two like level boss fights. When you fight Prawn, you're SpongeBob. You're not Patrick. When you fight, what's his face, King Jelly, you're SpongeBob, not Patrick. But here you're like, oh no, Sandy. This one's not too bad. Just literally, it's more so just repetitive, kind of like the other two are. This one only takes longer than the first two because you have to wait for him to get his moves off. Yeah, he's like one of those. You gotta let him do his moves. That's basically the entire fight. Is he does that? Just hover over, either jump left and right, or if you're not gonna get over in time, you can just hover and he won't hit you. And also the farther you stay away, you can hover higher. Oh, see, like that. Sometimes he'll trick you, and he'll try to go where you're gonna be and where you're not, or something. He just does this over and over again. It's more so like, okay, old man, get on with it. And then he does this. He blows like weird green smoke out of his nose. All right, and that's it. And then the other, now we just do more of this. It's more so like the Flying Dutchman could be such a neat fight. It's just because I feel like it's the most unique out of them, and it is the longest, but not because it's the hardest or the most in-depth. You just have to let him do his 50,000 little, I'm gonna blow laser beams out of my eyes or something, and then, or shoot laser beams out of my eyes and blow gassy, fiery boogers out of my nose. And it's like, and every time you hit him, he does more of them. The first one's not too bad, he does a couple. Second one, it's like, alright, but this last phase, it's like, dude, just get on with it. Like, look, he just keeps on going. It's just like, alright, then you gotta wait for him to float over. Oh, finally. Let's get over here and end it. And whatever you can do, just try hard not to get hit, because if you get hit, you have to start over and wait for him to do all that again.
Dirty ghost?
Dirty.
Jacket has been cleaned twice.
Everyone stop fighting! I think I have an idea! Here you go!
Oh,
Oh.
looks like my ship. It's even got all the little mold that flies. Outdoors,
Couldn't have done that at the beginning, SpongeBob.
rapscallions. Here's the golden spatula.
Yeah. Just like that. So that's all of the boss fights for each level, other than the last one, of course. We're at 89 spatulas. So here we can go back to Graveyard Lake. Alright, here we are at the bungee jump. I totally goofed, and I was just running out. My boss had called me from work, you know, because believe it or not, I don't have the income to be a full-time YouTuber or even video editor. I do client work, but not full-time. I still have to have a part-time job. And my boss called me, and I got distracted because I was just talking to him while I was playing in the background. And I went and collected the other sock. I'll throw it up on camera. It'll just be silent, or I guess I can throw it up right now over my recording this. So yeah, I just used Sandy, used the little Texas slingy things, whatever you call them, the grapple hooks, and, you know, kind of went over there. So now, with that being said, we have all the spatulas and Flying Dutchman's Graveyard. We have all the socks, everything Kelp Forest, SpongeBob's Dream is finished, which really, the order of this makes you think the SpongeBob Dream is intended to be last. They just need to make it more clear, because on the menu, they have their own list, but then they have certain spatulas that are blocked off by a number, like a required number. So you would think if you wanted it to be last, you would make it the hardest to get into, because you could theoretically beat the game without even entering Flying Dutchman's Graveyard. But you would have to probably at least do SpongeBob's Dream. So it just, I don't know. I wish they were more consistent about that. But we have nearly everything we can get, with the exception of 2 socks in Jellyfish Fields and a spatula and a sock in downtown Bikini Bottom. So, since this episode is a little shorter than the others have been so far, I assume, and the last one, you know, Friday will be the finale and such, I figured let me go ahead and do this, so then that way maybe the finale won't be as long. First, we are going to go to downtown Bikini Bottom, and we're going to come back with the cruise bubble, since, you know, we have the cruise bubble now. Alright, so now that we are back in the Sea Needle, we are going to first take care of that guy. We're going to come over here to the, I believe it's the east side. I don't know, it's the last side that we weren't able to get into. Cruise bubble that bad boy. And ta-da! There's a spatula. But that's not all. If you remember from like 10 seconds ago, we are also missing a sock. So you say, oh, there's got to be more. I mean, look at this south. It's you can't even get in there. Well, don't worry. We're going to fix that too. We are going to come over here, Sandy, and come over to the opposite side and jump on this thing. Here's a spatula. We're going to want to make sure we get this, of course. But you can see there's also a Texas thing. And unfortunately, I think while we're loading, this is going to take us farther away. Nope, maybe it doesn't move. Okay, nice. Now we're going to grab onto this, and we're going to sling in here. Oh, I was worried. Sometimes there's those weird invincibility things where it doesn't give you the right frame and we can still get smacked. So now we have actually officially cleared out downtown Bikini Bottom. I know that took like literally 60 seconds probably. I wish that there was more of that. Jellyfish Fields, let's go Cowabungie. We have all the spatulas that we can possibly get outside of the sock and the shiny object ones, which I'm gonna grind for the shiny objects off camera. You know, probably after the after this episode, but in between, I'll grind for all of them, and then that'll be the beginning of next episode. The finale is just me giving Mr. Krabs all the different you know, things. And then also the movie theater. I decided just for the love of the game, man, I'm gonna grind for all 40,000 of those. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of Mr. Krabs' Dream to get 40,000 plus all the. I'm probably gonna need like 50,000. You bowl for these, hit them. I don't even know if you actually have to get a strike, like if you have to hit it in the center, or if it just gives it to you. And then for the last sock, we want to, let's start with defeat King Jellyfish, because it's going to be near the end and it'll be easier to come down that mountain, because that last area was pretty vertical, if I remember. The Jellyfish Lake, or whatever it's called. But yeah, it's kind of, I wish that they had more, I love this game, man, and we're getting to the end. It's such a fantastic game. Just my wish for it would be that it had more balance in the terms of having things to do immediately, like different, which actually we kind of want to go over here and jump down. Having immediate things to do, but having more things to come back to. Like, that's one of the joys of platformers, is like backtracking, and collectathon is like going back to previous areas. You spend all this time crafting these beautiful areas from the SpongeBob game, but you don't ever make us come back. The only ones we come back to are Jellyfish Fields and Down Bikini Bottom. Literally the first two. After that, everything else can be grabbed on the first trip there, I believe. I don't think anything else requires you to come back that I can think of. No. Everything else is immediate. So now we're going to stand up here, and we pretty much just want to use the cruise bubble to take out these tikis. Sometimes they'll move, sometimes they won't. The middle one, I think, moves the most. So I usually save him for last. These guys don't move too much. They're pretty chill. And then that will be the last sock in the game. Can you believe that, guys? Can you believe we are one sock away from having all these socks? Just like that. There it is. I wish we got a message. Like, it'd be cool if it was like, oh, all socks collected. So now we can go. I'll go give that last 10 socks to Patrick, and we'll have him completely finished up. And that means we only have 8 spatulas left. And like I said, the majority of them are from Mr. Krabs, and then there's going to be 2 left. So I guess gives us 7, or no, 6. Golden back scratcher. Let's see if he's got any special dialogue for after we get all the socks. Which, you know, who has 80 socks? I guess it's not as bad if you consider that, okay, maybe they're in pairs, so that's really 40 pairs of socks. But still, I think I only have like 20 or 20 something pairs of socks in my drawer. And of course, I only use like 4 of them on repeat.
Now if I could only find my other sock.
It's on your head, remember?
Well, of course.
What?
Now where did I put it?
His sock on his head, dude. He doesn't have a sock on his head. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you. It's bittersweet. You know, I love that we're gonna get to see the end and get to show you guys, you know, the end of the game. But at the same time, like, it's such a short game, and I wish it were longer. But you know, that's just how all good things must come to an end. Pretty much the rest of the time, I'm going to be grinding for 4,000 and 4,500, 5,000, 5,500, 6,000 and 6,500. So I'm going to need a lot of money. So, yeah, a lot of money to get that theater, which we'll do after the end of the game. Of course, but I gotta give him all those spatulas. Because I want the last spatula to be like the actual last one we get. Because you get something cool at the end if you do that. And it's not worth... I mean, it's cool, but it's not really necessarily worth beating the game, doing all this, and going back and redoing it again just to see this thing at the end. It's more final if you save that for the very end. So I'll let y'all go. I appreciate you guys so much. And I'm gonna go do some grinding. See y'all next time.